let's start it up. It's the same kind of rules as the first one, where I have to switch my monitor, primary, to get it to not take over the whole entire display. My last two. Oh wait, there's one more. Dark Fall 2, Lights Out. Dedicated to the late Joseph Blythe. That sounds so sad. Ooh. New game. 1912. Same year that Titanic went down, I think. Oh no, we got another lantern again. It's kind of playing for you, like for us at the moment. Oh, okay. I know I heard the door knock, but they can wait. Okay, it's like a zoom in on the map. Maybe we're cartographers? Is that what it's called? When you make maps? Cornwall. Okay, a journal. April 28th, midnight. The journey from Tade was today was painless and dull. Already I miss the scent of heather and prickle of gorse. The Cornish landscape can never compare. BP, this is BP in the background. The Cornish landscape can never compare, being soft and rounded like the limbs of a newborn. Scotland Western Isles offered me so much more. The landscape fallen, like a corpse outlent. I will return to Tade. I'm saying that so wrong. I'm so sorry. Once my work here is done, that can never be too soon. Work. This is not work, just another humiliation. The Academy punishes me for my dreams. Perhaps my father is behind this new trial. I smell his envious mind at work. This coast has been mapped several times over. Why would they send me here? As a qualified cartographer, I was right. I think I said that. Of the Royal Academy. I'm not prepared to devote my time to such a superfluous commission. I've already viewed the maps of this area and studied them during my journey. From one corner of the British Isles to the other, the train window allowed only most of the scant view of our fair land, but it was of little interest to me, and my arrival at Plymouth was prompt, and under the cover of darkness, I was collected by a salty fellow by the name of Spivey. I did not expect a fanfare, but a pony and fish cart as transport was surprisingly basic. Hey, you're high maintenance. I am sure the gentleman who commissioned my presence here would not travel in such a fashion. I suspect it was intended to as another insult, so I went to great pains to hide my feelings. Perhaps when I meet this man tomorrow, I shall learn whether he meant to insult me. What's his name? I have the letter here somewhere. Ah, yes, Mr. Robert de Marion. He is the local doctor. I believe he is highly regarded in these parts. I only know this from Spivey, my traveling companion from Plymouth, so I cannot take such information at face value. I shall take a brief stroll to the harbor wall before retiring to bed. Oh, the strangest thing. I blink in the dark. I was standing on the harbor wall staring out to sea, and there it was, the most distant light shining out into the gloom. A lighthouse. Most definitely a lighthouse. This is most strange. Why? Well, my friend, because there is no such lighthouses listed on the maps. Ha, perhaps my work here is not as worthless as I suspected. I shall inquire about the lighthouse tomorrow. I have finished unpacking my case, the equipment. This hut barely 4 walls and a roof is not displeasing to the eye, but it is in need of some care and attention. I hope the roof holds for the duration of my stay. A note was waiting for me on the bed. It seems Mr. de Marion would like me to join him for breakfast in the morning. That would be a most interesting meeting. Until then, I shall sleep. The journey has exhausted my mind. Perhaps I can hear the lapping of clear Cornish waters against the harbor walls. It lulls me to sleep. Damn and blast. The dreaded seagulls shattered my sleep. I had the dream again. On this occasion, there was more to be seen and learned, but my dream state was interrupted by those feathered friends. Fiends. Not friends. Fiends. Rats with wings. I do remember some details, but I wish for more. The stars, so bright this time, were alive. Hurtling across the galaxies. Hurtling. Is that how you spell hurtling? Hurtling across the galaxies with the most unnatural force. I'm no astronomer, but I recognized a few of the constellations. Darkness shattered by a great ball of flame. A meteor? A comet? No. It had the strangest shape, like a metal container or barrel. What the devil is it? Why does it haunt my dreams? Perhaps one day I will know. I know this takes place in the UK, but I'm not doing an accent. I don't want to insult anyone trying to do an accent. I saw something else too. A lighthouse. My observation of last evening could have prompted... I hit the camera. Could have prompted this new vision, but there was little to detail. I have checked the existing maps again, and there is no mention of a lighthouse off the coast. I find this fact most suspicious. I shall dress and prepare for the day. Mr. Demarion expects me in 3 hours. This provides a little time for me to sketch. I shall set up my easel on the harbor front and enjoy the best part of the day. My new employer cannot deny me the opportunity. It looks to be a bright spring day. The woodland birds are singing and the sea is calm. It is time for my mind to explore and enjoy the town of Treeworthen. Okay. What was that? That was interesting. So if I go back, it takes me to this. I'm in a different place now. This is interesting. Huh. I feel like I went back in time, Mr. Demarion. As instructed, I have gathered additional supplies for the week. I trust your guests arrive safely and enjoy the supper I prepared. Huh. I will return at 4 o'clock to bake some pastries and begin the evening meal. May I presume that there will be 2 of you dining this evening? I was able to secure some fine bacon from Jones the Butcher. And, I guess that's the bacon. Doesn't look too great now. And we'll be collecting a fine fat duckling this very afternoon. Should there be any requirements, I pray your guest is not one of these heathen vegetarians. I would need to know upon arrival. Mrs. Agnew. P.S. I must also thank you for the kind words you offered young Beatrice. She has been terribly worried about James out there on that frightful lighthouse. And I do believe you put her mind at rest. For that, I must thank you, kind sir. Boy, food. Interesting. Well, that's locked. Oh, a closet? Dude, like, I have... No, I'm serious. I have this journal. Like, I have that. That's funny. Okay, the fisherman's arms is rife with gossip. The men chatter like the womenfolk of this town, whatever is the world coming to. Then, of course, there is the nature of their prattle. The island, this will never do. I must put a stop to speculation. The fools know nothing of the events unfolding out there on Fetch Rock. What is this? This is the same company that, like, the Ghost Hunters came from in the first one. The latest item is square, light card object is made from the most curious material. It can bend but not break, yet can be scratched with the most blunt of instruments. It is remarkable. I have seen similar substances made from tree sap and molten materials, but never this smooth or so black. There's a small silvery metal disc placed in the back, which turns when a coin is inserted in it. On the front, the words Haddon Industries can be read quite clearly. Remarkable, I have searched the business directories and can find no mention of this company. Their title is quite grand, yet I can find no mention. I shall search the archives on my next visit to London. Manhattan Industries. They may have the answer to the happenings at Rock. At least I have a lead. I get to take it. I discovered a small cavern at the base of the outer steps, leading up to the lighthouse. The summer sea winds carried large waves inland, and the sandbanks were washed away. This is how I discovered my find. I have yet to venture into the gaping gash, as I have no suitable lining on my person. I was also wary that Drake, Wolf, and Shaw may see me from the tower. I could see movement inside the crib room, and did not wish to be discovered. Where would this tunnel lead? It intrigues me so. The tunnel was dark, and led into fetch rock for a mere few meters. It was at this point that I discovered a rock fall prevents further exploration. Damnation! So near but so far, I honestly believe that the tunnel held the answer to my questions. I will have to discover an alternate source of inquiry. I returned to the rock fall to photograph the gash. While digging in my bag for my camera, I dropped the storm lantern which lit my way. It was at that moment I heard it. A pulse. Like the devil's heartbeat itself. Yikes. While I stood there in the chilling darkness, my head began to spin. The throbbing pulse began to change. A new sound filled my head. It was a song, a rhyme, over and over and over again. I could not locate the source of the sound, and groped about for the cave walls. That was when the markings appeared from out of the gloom. The walls were patterned with a regular and uniform decoration. It throbbed in time with the sound, and I felt... Oh. No. I felt. Okay. It didn't finish. Huh. That's an interesting view. Okay, so let's try... What happens if we try to go outside? Okay, we can go at least... It kind of looks like in a back area. Axe. A wall. Wait, I want to go forward. Turn. Go forward. What is this? It almost looks like a toilet, but there's some stuff hidden. After comparing my previous sketches with the new photographs, I made a startling discovery. The rock has grown. I'm sure of it. What could have such power? It is baffling. I believe there's a force, a power at work on the island, perhaps even under the lighthouse itself, pushing from the bowels of the earth. That sounds disgusting. My recent visit to the island was productive. I arrived under the cover of darkness so as not to be seen departing from the harbor. The lighthouse guided me across the sands, but each visit became more treacherous. Perhaps it would be better if I employed the services of someone younger and more adventurous than myself. After comparing... Hey, Goblin Prince, how's it going with you? I am doing well. I finished the first Dark Fall game just like 15 minutes ago or so. And it was a good ending. I don't think there's multiple endings in that kind of game. And so I started the second one here. Yes, so I just started the second one. The only thing you've missed is that, like, we read a journal. Seems that we're a cartographer making maps in England. And we're reading, in the middle of reading it, it kind of transports us to a different era, and you see, like, the corners are kind of, like, white and dreamy looking. So I think we're in a different place in time. After comparing my previous sketches, the rock grew. My recent visit to the island was productive. I arrived under the cover of darkness so as not to be seen departing from the harbor. The lighthouse guided me across the sands, but each visit becomes more treacherous. Perhaps it'd be better if I employed the services of someone younger and more adventurous than myself. Okay. That was weird. So now I come in here. I see the bunny. And so, like, I'm here. I think I came here specifically to get, like, I come here and there's a note about a floppy disk. This is back when floppy disks were still, I think, used regularly. And we picked it up here. And I think we're supposed to, if I click on here, we go back to the first place and we take it with us. With the sun now setting in the sky and my painting complete, I shall return to my bed and let my mind rest until evening time. The cartographer is also an artist. Breakfast was an interesting occasion. The house of my commissioner is right next to this hut and is called Reuben Cottage. Mr. DeMarion is not without intelligence, and he and I enjoyed a game of chess, accompanied by a rather fine brandy. He is both a writer and a man of science. In fact, he has a few journals and guidebooks to his name. I had no previous interest in the flora and fauna of this area, but his enthusiasm coaxed some genuine fascination. I took the opportunity to ask him, while in good spirits, about the lighthouse I saw from the harbor. A most unhealthy look passed across his face. It was most unnerving to witness. You would believe the fellow to have heard of the death of a close friend or loved one, so strong was the reaction. I did not hide my concern, but DeMarion insisted the brandy was disagreeing with his stomach ulcer. I did not believe a word of it, so I pressed the man again and asked the name of the lighthouse in question. He immediately rose from his chair, spilling his brandy on the table, and began to proceed towards the front door. How extraordinary. You look different to last time. It could be my hair. I think my hair was straight before, and I didn't have the red lips. Maybe. That could be it. It's only a guess. He was immediately from the chair, spilling his brandy on the table, and began to proceed towards the front door. How extraordinary. But I was under the impression that he would have left me all alone without any reason for his departure. Finally, at the door, he turned and said a few words. Stay here. Make yourself at home. I will return by nightfall. Okay. This unexpected event presented an opportunity to explore his home. It was all rather dull, except that this is what I find strangest of all. There appeared to be much more to this man than meets the eye. Many of his notes and private correspondence was left lying around his living room. I am not a man to pry, but it seemed odd to and so lax with one's private dealings. Oh, I lie to you. I did have a good poke around his kitchen. Well, thank you very much, Goblin. It was fascinating. Ha, I wonder what secrets and lies this gentleman is hiding. Anyway, I must talk about the work. My suspicions were unfounded. I do have... You know what else looks good? Swell arms. Let's go. This is 15 you're making me do in this stream, Pale Whale. I thought you were saving them. Oh yeah, for this one. No wait, that's for that's for Lost Souls, which is the remake of the first one. Okay, be right back. You're gonna hear me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness gracious me. You and the push-ups. Alright. It was fascinating. Ha! I wonder what secrets and lies this gentleman is hiding. Anyway, don't fall, camera. I must talk about the work. My suspicions were unfounded. I do have honest work to do. The existing maps of this coastline are dangerously inaccurate, with many ships and vessels being lost to the shifting whipside sands. This natural formation of silt and sand is in constant motion and cannot be mapped accurately. For now, it is time to sleep. Perhaps my dream will continue. I hope so. Before I rest, I must mention something I witnessed today. DeMarion has been collecting pebbles, shells, and other detritus from the seashore. I guess it's detritus. I can't even say it. Some of it is mounted in his home, while other items are being studied. It was one of those items. It was one of this items. I wanted to save them, but I have to redeem them always because I care about your fitness. Right. That I wish to mention. A stone, a smooth pebble, in fact, was underneath a magnifying glass. When I looked at it closely, it shone. This was no natural luminescence. It was, well, artificial. For some strange reason, I believe this event has connections to my dream. Something is not quite right here in Treworthen. Now I'm asleep. Okay, so that's the end of the journal. Now what is this? Our sketches. Okay. We looked through that. Now what?
He's not the one stuck out there. Be brave, my James. Be brave.
Okay. A boat. A boat! I found a boat! I don't think I'm supposed to go on it yet.
Who goes there?
I'm going to save.
Come closer, so that I can see you. Come in, Parker. I have a job for you, a job of the utmost urgency. Will you accept it? I am glad of your assistance, Parker. There is a most pressing matter that needs our joint attention. I have not been entirely honest with you with regards to the island known as Fetch Rock.
Is this Demarion?
You were right to suspect there is a lighthouse based out at sea, but I could not tell you of it. A mild deception. There is often bad talk of the lighthouse in this town. I did not wish for you to encounter the superstitious nature of some of the townspeople. They can be most unpleasant when Fetch Rock enters conversation. Some believe the island to be cursed or even haunted. Even I now suspect there is more to that island than meets the eye.
It's really interesting how they only have, like, here showing on him. And especially then when this came out in mid-2000s, animating anything, even now, animating anything to do with the mouth is incredibly difficult. And even if you don't do VFX, but you watch something and you see like something is wrong with the mouth. So that's the kind of instance where like Henry Cavill, they had to erase his mustache, right? And you watch it and you can tell something's off, but subconsciously it's like you can tell, but you can't pinpoint it, kind of a thing. Your eyes know when something looks that fake. So they're like having this here. They don't have to worry about his mouth. I mean, of course, it's not incredibly realistic anyway, but it's also got like a good creepy factor. Okay, do not believe in such things. You can chase this folly on your own. Tell me more. You've piqued my interest.
The lighthouse was built by myself and men from the town back in 1890 to prevent the loss of life on the Whipside Sands. Over these last 22 years, that lighthouse has claimed more lives and caused more misery than can possibly be imagined by an untroubled man such as yourself.
This is more like a prequel, in a sense.
I fear that tonight has brought the worst news of all. A ship, the Rebos, passed by Fetch Rock this very night and observed that the lamp of the lighthouse was not lit. No sign of life nor light was visible from the vessel. The fog is thick tonight and carries an unnatural chill. The lighthouse keepers would never allow such misadventure as to not warn the passing ships. Oliver Drake, James Wolfe, and Robert Shaw are currently employed to man the lighthouse. All three men are of sound mind and spirit. You must travel to the lighthouse. A small boat has been prepared.
This has gotta mean that
you will
there's
need a
time
few
travel.
items from your cottage, which I'm sure will be of use. Search around for them. Once you have them, you will be able to board the vessel and set off on your voyage.
Okay.
You get me wrong, young Parker. I only wish to keep our mission secret. There are those in this town who suspect the worst. They must not know of this latest development. Keep to the shadows and let no one interrupt your business. Now go. The fate of 3 men may be in your hands.
Okay. He disappeared. So I have to find these hidden things. Now, is this our room? Okay, so this is our room. Rubens. That's where Demarion lived. Can't go in there. We just touch him and he coughs.
He's not the one stuck out there. Be brave, my James. Be brave.
I can only look. So be brave, my James, be brave. Can I talk to him? I guess not. Still very foggy, dreamy-esque. It looks like they superimpose clouds over this. What are those ads? So those ads, Goblin, are my stream sponsors. That have sponsored my streams in different ways. Also, True Affiliate is, I am an affiliate for True Gaming. And here is the info on them if you'd like to check. They are, that's my link if you'd like to use them. I have a server through them. So, yeah, there's all the information about them. And Goblin, if you'd like to join, I have a Discord and you're more than welcome. I'm in there, I'm in there every day, so, yeah. But those are what those ads are. Cajun Custom Engraving is an engraving company. They engrave so many different things. I think I actually have messages on them as well saved. Cajun Custom Engraving, yeah, they're my stream sponsors, and then True Affiliate. And then there's Creative Technology Services. They have a lot of really good information. If you look at my panels below, it has the extra information about the sponsors as well. So I'm supposed to find these hidden things. He said that, right? Hidden things. Oh, did I just go? So you have your own server with... So I have a server...
To keep the lamp alight. As we steered under the lee, we caught no glimmer in the night. A passing ship at dawn had brought the news, and quickly we set sail to find out what strange thing might ail the keepers of the deep sea light. We found no sign in any place, and soon again stood face to face before the gaping door, and stole into the room once more as frightened children steal. Aye, though we hunted high and low, and hunted everywhere, of the three men's fate we found no trace of any kind in any place, but a door ajar, and an untouched meal, and an overtoppled chair. We seemed to stand for an endless while, though still no word was said. Three men alive upon the isle, who thought on the three men dead.
So the three men seem to have just disappeared from the lighthouse that were manning it. Okay, so on a server, Goblin, I have a server for the game Outlaws of the Old West, and that just means I can welcome people and we're all in the same world. Like a Minecraft server or something, but a different game. Is that another stream team? Past experiences that aren't even my own got me avoiding them like their sickness. Yes, I am part of a stream team for True Gaming. So far it's been fine. Nothing, no issues or anything. It's my first team. Oh, I went back to the water on accident, or I just went to a different area of water. I never played Outlaws. I might check that out. It's a fun game. You basically, like, to give you the basics, there's no story really involved. You just wake up in the Old West and you have to survive. That's basically it. And if you do end up getting it, it's an early access, so it does have bugs and glitches. Where am I supposed to go? It does have bugs and glitches, but if you do get it, let me know and I can give you the server info. And we do keep in contact, like, on my server through a chat on my Discord. Okay, that's where we came from. That way. Did we go? I don't think we went up the steps. Here we go. Fetch rock, additional emergency lighting. I guess that doesn't really work. Or I turned on lights inside, I'm not sure. I vaguely remember this from when I played originally. Okay, this is like a... Okay. I'm just kind of exploring. I'm not trying to solve anything right away. Well, that was a little creepy. I think I need to turn on some kind of lighting first. Does that have to do with this down here? Okay, I think we'll eventually find something to do with that. Let's check back towards the beginning. I vaguely remember things change. Like, we go back and forth in time. Ooh, there's like a phone.
There's somebody there. Please, help us.
I think he's one of the three guys. Prime boiler. Middle, right, left. Activate taps. Middle, bottom, top. Okay. Middle, bottom, top. That seemed right. Middle, right, left. Okay, wait. Is there something on here I'm missing? Aha! There we go. Middle, right, left. I don't know if that was even correct. Okay, well, I did something. Okay, all the lights are on now. You hear that bass? That was pretty. You must have a pretty decent computer to run that Outlaws game. Yeah. Mine's a really nice one. It's a couple years old now. But it's a good one. So now the lights will be on everywhere. I need a new one. Oh, yours is 10 years old. Isn't it suck how, like, technology can become obsolete so fairly quickly? Interesting. Yeah, it feels like you constantly have to get a new system to be able to do things. She's one of those PC master elitists. No, I'm not. I like PC games more only because they have, like, computer games are more of the kind that I like. Yeah. And it carries a lot of the ones that I do like from consoles. Which is, was the latest thing when I got it. It's a first gen Core i7. Yeah. That's a little creepy. I keep putting my fingers, like, towards WASD when I don't need them in this game. I was looking for a message just to make sure I wasn't missing anything vital. 1912, that's when everything went to pot. I like both. I don't think I could live without either my PC or my Xbox One. Plus, mobile gaming can be fun too, but only certain games are right for that platform. Yeah, I agree. And elitists with sore arms, courtesy. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, like, that looks like another journal that I can't actually look at. I'm just looking at stuff, it looks like. Can't, like, do anything with it as of yet. So I'm on the second floor of the lighthouse, looks like. This looks like a, you know, obviously a kitchen. It's still hot. Pans there. Was that something there? Did I don't know if I saw that right. Alright, let's see. I see a stock list, so basically what you have. Not like a shopping list, though. A to-do list. Restock the coal with packed charcoal. Coal room. Check lamp for what? For faults. Okay. Okay, that was just a look in the drawer, I guess. I need to claim 5 more before the stream ends. That way I can say it was one of those get down and give me 20. Oh my gosh. You were so silly.
It's been waiting for you. Why are you looking for us? There's no hope for us.
Interesting. Okay, further up.
What do you want with Robert Shaw? Why are you here? I'm Robert Shaw, and I'm telling you to leave. What do you want with Robert Shaw? Why are you here? Drake is coming. Drake is coming up the stair. Drake can see you. Drake will take you.
Do you enjoy playing murder mystery games? Yeah, I do. Those are fun to play. Show yourself, demon.
We don't exist with you. We belong here. Trapped here forever.
Does that kick us back out? So do we need to answer in a way that he'll let us pass?
What do you want with
I didn't know
Robert
about...
Shaw?
It was trying to get another streamer to do the whole push-up thing. Need to be in a... She is G. Oh my gosh. Pale whale. I don't know about you, but I really love games where you have to think and take notes. So that's... Here are the notes, Goblin, from my other game. It wasn't a murder mystery, but I had to like take a bunch of notes to solve it. Now, if you like murder mysteries and you have to take notes, a really good game that I played, and I have the playthrough on YouTube, but if you want, you can play it yourself. It's called the Paynes Creek Killings. It's from EQ Studios, and I really enjoyed that game. It was very interesting. And you basically have to investigate an abandoned town, and people died. Yes, Paynes Creek Killings, yes. She told me, though, we're like, bros comfortable. I'm glad.
Why are you here?
You should look that up. It's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Drake is coming. Drake is coming up the stair. Drake can see you. Drake will take you. He's watching you. One by one, up the stairs, he's coming for your soul. What do you want with Robert Shaw? Why are you here?
I'm just trying different order of responses to see if anything else happens.
Up the stair. Drake can see you. Drake will take you.
I don't think that my computer will be able to run that. Oh, bummer. Let me watch a newer version to program my mind a bit. I don't think there is an Xbox version. If you want to watch it, I have the playthrough on YouTube. It's a long game when now that I know what the game is exactly like, it might be a little bit easier to play, but yeah.
We tried as hard as we could. I barricaded the room, but it was too late. He was so strong. He was too strong. I tried.
You love
to
period
protect
murder
the
mysteries. This
Drake.
one's interesting.
Drake
This one's
strong.
not necessarily period-wise,
Not
but
Drake. The
it's
devil,
interesting.
a demon incarnate. Darkness in his eyes. His skin all aflame. From hell itself, he came forth and took my
Those are so awesome. I'm sure. I've never really played those kind. Now I can go. Okay, I'm going to save it here. Yes. Okay. Now I can go up. Pretty painting of a beautiful lady. I mean, Victorian or otherwise. Yeah, so Jack the Ripper. I've played Sherlock on console before. I do have one that I haven't finished. I maybe should play that again one day. I don't often get to play games for just funsies. I play them here, pretty much. Alright, so I'm going to save right here. And guys, I'm going to have to get off because my kids get out of school pretty soon. They get out early this whole week. I will not be streaming tomorrow, and I do apologize for that. I have, believe me, it's not great. I have a 3-hour dentist appointment. So, that will not be fun. But thank you so much. Yes, 3 hours. Goblin Prince, I have a genetic condition, and it affects a lot of different things, and one of those things is my teeth, and my fillings were starting to get having issues, and so they're redoing. Yeah, I know. Well, I've had a 5-hour one before. They're redoing all of my fillings in my mouth, plus I had to get 2 crowns. So yeah, and what sucks most about it, Goblin, is that I had jaw surgery 9.5 years ago, and dentists use landmarks to know where to numb your jaw. In the bottom. Well, my jaw position changed, and unfortunately, not all of it numbs. So some of my fillings were done without Novocaine. So I going today to get this whole area done. Any fillings that need to be done here. So far, it's been 30 fillings and 2 crowns that I've had done over 3 appointments. So this is my last big appointment, and after that, it's more maintenance and maybe some cosmetic stuff. So it hasn't been fun. So believe me, I'd rather be streaming tomorrow than the dentist, but this is something that needs to get taken care of. All right, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much, Lucius, for the host, and thank you also for the bits, 340 bits, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Every sub and every bit, I appreciate. Every follow so much. Every donation, anything. See you next time, Goblin. Take care. Bye, everyone. You have a great day.